Hello, my friends. Today we're gonna rate, or whatever you call it, like we're gonna basically just put every scene of Elite Season 8 in a rating from like the worst to the best, but not just the best. Um, we're trying just to create a new video actually, and at the same time we can again just go through everything and just pick the most beautiful scenes and pick the most just not that good. Actually, I don't think that there is like really bad scene or something, because at the end of the day Elite is still somehow putting a lot of effort in whatever they do, because it feels like even we got the last season, the quality is still the same. It didn't drop in quality wise. It didn't drop in any other aspect. So but we can actually rate all the scenes from like less beautiful to most most beautiful scenes actually. And I think it's pretty difficult. Or we can just break down a little bit every scene of Elite Season 8, which was released actually a few days ago. If you didn't see that, you can actually watch before watching this stream actually. So the party like this, it looks so random actually, and it's kind of mess because we are getting this party like by little pieces throughout the season, and we do not get the whole scene, like the whole party, and they just split it all the party into little short pieces, so we can just get like a little short part every episode. This is not good actually, because we cannot actually understand what's just happening at that party till they really just explain us what actually happened in the very last episode, because the last episode was like actually revealing all the shit that just happened right there. But till that last episode we cannot actually tell what actually happened right there. And there is a lot of random people like this, and what I noticed was that this is the only actually lesbian couple from the whole season. We cannot see a single lesbian couple, and this random two girls, they are just the only lesbian couple from the Elite Season 8, which is pretty new, because before we've got this pretty pretty decent lesbian couple. That was Mencia, there was Rebecca, there was like probably someone else, I don't remember. But this time we only get the gay couple as the main couple of the season. And this is actually common for Elite as like in general, because Elite is about like basically it started with main gay couple that was under and Omar couple. So, and it continued actually that trend throughout all the seasons. And this time it's totally focusing on the gay couple. And that couple is Joel and Ivan, of course. And so we can take it that as the like main thing of the season. So we cannot just rate Joel and Ivan so high because they are the main characters like of the 2 last seasons probably. But I think that even though this couple is just supportive, random, and they are not like any main characters or something, this is pretty random couple, but we can actually rate it as something unique because this is the only lesbian couple again. So we can put it at the beginning, and I think that it could be potentially like at the level 4. Let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels. 7 levels of rating, and we can rate only 7 levels. So we can rate every scene from 1 to 7 rate. And the other scene, like this one, is probably one of the most intriguing. It is intriguing, like because it's kind of intense, but at the same time it's actually not that like really intense. So it's kind of exciting, and I think that it's probably even more beautiful than Ivan and Joel, even though they are the main characters, not this guy. This guy is probably he is like Hector, if I remember correctly. He is the main person from the alumni association. He is a director. He is a ruling person of Las Encinas. He is a new he is a new character, and he did pretty decent job, I think, with his character, and we can rate him separately from his sister, of course. And I think he deserves pretty much season 9 or something, because his storyline was interesting. I think his storyline, his acting was good, so he delivered all he could pretty well. I think it's decent character, and we can actually rate him above uh, above level 4, why not? So after this rating, we can actually create a video taking into account that we can actually use all the parts as they are in the rating, because their importance based on like what I consider beauty and interesting, you know. So this is practically like, you know, this is the same, like technically this is the same scene, even though it's not the same. But I think the transition like between this part and this part is one of the most beautiful moments from the whole season. You can just understand if I actually turn on the sound, because now it's not turned down. So I just turned down the sound. Let's make it actually hearable. Speakers, of course. So after I turn down the sound, you can actually hear the music. And that transition was pretty decent, I think. Like I'm an editor, and I know that this transition is something like, you know, it takes someone with good skills to put something like this, you know, and that was made pretty professionally. I think is good. So this is why I can actually put it above level 4. Yeah. So the main, like the whole season, I broke down like in the previous stream, and I don't know if that was like, you know, accurate or something, because I'm not a professional, like, you know, blogger or someone. I'm just trying to get into like go through everything more and understand what just happened in that season, and after that we can create actually a music video. But I'm trying to actually kind of break down every moment, you know. And this moment is pretty long. I guess this is the longest part. The swimming pool scene is pretty long, so we cannot just, you know, put the whole scene, because we would get the copyright strike or something. So there is a lot of short parts that we can just actually disperse, you know. Let me do something. So you can see the whole thing not just like that. This is pretty long scene, like it's lasting, like, longer than anything else. But I think what I really didn't expect that was Eric. So he came out of nowhere, like, actually we didn't see it coming, like, he didn't make a single signal towards this girl, and they weren't even together or something, and they weren't actually flirting or anything, but we get them at this point, and that was pretty unpredictable. The only thing I really don't understand why they didn't put more of their relationship or something, whatever you call it, but they could potentially make something out of this couple. It would be pretty interesting to watch, because I'm really tired of Chloe and Eric drama, because they just pretty, they pretty did a lot of in previous season, and I don't understand why they didn't make something really interesting. Like, her character is good, and Eric is actually good at, the actor is pretty good. So I think that Eric character is actually he would be actually interesting to watch with this girl instead of Chloe. I think this is a missed opportunity for producers, or just for Netflix, to get more viewers. They could actually abuse this couple more, like way more, because capitalizing on a beautiful actors and just beautiful couple, it always works, and it will work, because there's no way people wouldn't like it, but people get tired pretty fast when they keep getting the same shit every time, because I think that Chloe character, she is pretty similar to any other character that we saw before. Carla, Lou, even I don't know, even Isadora, probably. She pretty similar. She resembles any of those people as a character. She's not that unique or something, but she is a good actor, of course, and probably she just gets that roles, like she plays similar roles every time, and it's kind of her actually go-to role, because I have seen a lot of other projects with her, and it's kind of the same every time, you know, like that vulgarity, that that bitch, you know, who gets whatever she wants, actually, whatever it takes. But the scene with this guy was pretty short. I guess it was short, so we cannot actually rate it based on its duration. We can actually rate it based on the how they served the how that was executed, you know. So that the execution was pretty good. I think it could be above, actually, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And under Chloe is this couple, and probably we can put Eric and this girl a little higher, just because of their acting and how good they actually pulled it off, you know. I don't think that Dalmar is any that he's not even close to Samuel or any other main character, but he kind of got a lot of screen time this time. We can actually see that this is the only black guy who get a lot of actually screen time, and no one before you know did that. So I think it's pretty unique this time that actually the black guy gets more screen time than some of the other, like, even more main characters than him. So the next scene is the alumni, which I really don't like, just based on how that was served, and that was actually made too much vulgar. There was a lot of vulgarity, and I think that was unnecessarily, like, you know, like, it could be way more beautiful if they just created it as the separate project, not Elite. So let's just imagine if we have this alumni as the separate project, not as like integrated into Elite. That would be way more interesting to watch, because given that we couldn't have just, you know, distracted by this alumni in Elite, and we could have been just focused on the characters only from, like, you know, OG Elite or previous seasons, just without, you know, like, any other shit like this. So it's basically, I think it should be a separate project, not within Elite. And they could just cooperate, like, you know, collaborate or something, like integrate one thing into another, as they did with Blood and Water. The Blood and Water is the African project, actually, that integrates Ivan from Élite into that TV show. So they could have done something like this, actually. But no matter what they did, actually, the scene itself is not the best, but it could be better. And I guess that on this rating, it should be somewhere between level 4 and 5, something like this, actually, just because the idea was pretty good, but the execution was not that good, actually. The execution, the final result was not that good. And we get the other club scene, but not alumni. It's just Isadora's club. So she basically shut down the previous club that was Isadora House, and she reopened as Cruise 9. Cruise 9 is the name of Ivan's father, who died in season 6 or something. So this club takes on his name, and it's reopened as something, really refreshing or whatever. And I guess that the scene specifically is not any important or something. It's just this guy staring at Isadora. That was actually Isadora, but I replaced her with Joel. So it seems like they are actually staring at each other, but Joel actually just he was looking at just a crowd, I guess. So in the same club, but the other people, the girl, I just keep forgetting her name. Of course I do, because he is not important or main character. So this is why I just forgot her name. And this is just a random guy. So I guess it's just level from level 1 to level 3, just because we have a lot of different parts put together, like this part or this part. Based on how interesting that is, I think it's somewhere on level 3, probably, not higher. The other scene, the other couple, who is definitely that couple is definitely like main couple. Somehow they are main characters, even though they didn't get a lot of screen time, like especially Eric, I guess. He didn't get the amount of screen time he wished he did, you know. So let's say that it's some place between level 4 and 5, like this, just because it's pretty short and like, you know, it's still beautiful though. And the other couple is Nico and oh my god, not Clara. I actually forgot her name. My gosh. Oh my god. Sarah. Okay, Sarah and Nico. So it's not actually a surprise that I forgot their names, because the amount of like the screen time that they got in this season is pretty short. There was a little scenes, there was a little participation actually from their side, and I think that it's kind of weird because they were introduced in season 7. Sarah was introduced in season 6 as something really intriguing, like someone who is really important and who contributed a lot of into like the script, into the what happened with Raul, what happened to Mencia, what happened to like to Sarah herself. So I guess that the producers, they kind of ignored that moments, and they could have actually put more of Sarah character into season 8. This scene, that was pretty unpredictable. I didn't really anticipate them together. They were actually friends. At some point, they just found themselves together, like, you know, in Sarah's place, and they actually slept with each other. So that was pretty unpredictable, I think, and it's kind of taken off guard, you know. When you watch it, you never think that something like this would happen, you know. So I guess based on how surprising that is, I think it could be way more than level 5. So here we go, the main characters, and I only put two little like pretty short parts of Joel and Yvonne, just because this scene is probably the only scene that I really consider any interesting, just because there was another scene like when Ivan just arrived from Africa and they reunited, but I don't think that there was any unique or something, so I just put 2 little parts. I think it's enough actually. And what rate they could be put at, I think that it's something, somewhere between 5 and 7, probably level 5. Just because I expected them to be more like, I expected them to be doing more, like stuff like under Omar, like Patrick did in previous seasons, because those characters were way more interesting, I guess. So and now we have the rating of all the main scenes, like main scenes, from my consideration. I guess that based on that rating, I can actually create a new video, and it would be way easier to prioritize all the parts, because now I have the exact, list of everything. And I guess the only thing is whether I choose the good music, or it's how accurate I choose the music, because a lot of depends on the music. So I actually think that Elite, they actually put the most beautiful songs, the most beautiful tracks, like, the music always picked perfectly in this TV show. I guess I always find the most beautiful music, just because they actually choosing the music so accurately, like, I guess it's one of the most important parts of Elite, the music that they actually choose, because every music, every track is at the right place, and it feels like someone who just, in charge of the music or something, he really understands what he's doing. Like, it's like perfect person who actually does that, you know. And he's definitely at the right place. So the music wise, Elite is always something on the other level, you know. But they always put something controversial like this shit, you know. And yesterday I really told you that this alumni club could be perceived in a wrong way by young people who cannot really see the whole picture, who don't understand how it goes in the real life, you know, how that like prostitution thing works. And it may look like, you know, they kind of romanticizing that type of activity, but at the same time I'm realizing that every video that I watched on YouTube, you know, like any TV show, they are kind of doing the same. Like it depends on how you look at it, you know. Actually, it depends on a lot of things. Like, you know, we can consider every TV show that they are romanticizing bad things, like, you know, prostitution, like drugs, like you know, sex just with random people, you know, just fucking around with your like schoolmates or something. So Elite was always like that Elite was always close to that vulgarity, to that type, to that style, like, you know. But it was never like, you know, it was never that straightforward. Like they never put like actual prostitution activity or something like this. This is why I really said that it could be perceived in a wrong way, just because this project has a lot of fans, a lot of viewers, and I guess that not all of the viewers understand how actually it works in real life, like, you know, and what consequences it could have, you know. But it's still just based on how you were raised, you know, and how your parents actually raised you, and what they explained you, you know, and their approach, you know, of raising you. So I guess that there is still a lot of people who would not even bother with this shit, because it's just, you know, something that is really happening in real life. So it's just a fucking club with people, with rich people involved. The other thing is that the people that is ruling that shit, they are in a charge of this place, and simultaneously they are in the charge of the school Las Encinas. They are the same people who is ruling this place and the school. So this is that shit is not what actually could happen in real life, I guess, because I don't think that something like this would ever happen in Spain or wherever. Like, you know, how could just someone potentially just, you know, open like a club with prostitutes and at the same time rule the whole fucking school, you know, like be in charge of the fucking of the best school in the country, you know. It's just unbelievable. I don't think that it could ever happen in real life. It feels like we missed someone. It feels like we didn't put Omar or his sister, but they didn't do anything with like, you know, with this video specifically, because Omar, he was with Joel in season 7, and after season 7 completed, they were separated. And in this season, I guess that they're completely alienated from each other, so they are strangers to each other right now. And I feel like Omar came back for just, you know, for getting into new trouble, and once again he just admitted how worse that place is. And at the end of the season, he said that out loud, that this place is fucking terrible and it should be shut down. So this is why that place was actually shut down, because Omar, one of those who insists on closing the Las Encinas school. So I feel like they actually put the Omar as the main, like, you know, hero who actually closes the like that hell of Las Encinas, you know. And he put an end, you know, he put it at end, like he closed all the shit that happened throughout, like, you know, all the seasons. So he was the OG character, and he was the one who actually ended all that shit. It's kind of works, you know. It actually works, because who else could do that? I guess only Samuel who is dead right now, and probably that could be Carla or Guzman or Nadia. I don't know. But the only reason I guess Omar was still partaking in this project is just because he actually didn't get a lot of other roles in any other project, and we didn't see him playing other characters a lot. I only saw like one project with Omar, and I don't know if he really prioritizing his career as an actor, or it's just he's doing it like for Elite only. I don't really know, but it feels like this project kind of saved his career. Somehow it saved his career, and somehow he saved this project, because if he didn't come back in season 7, I guess less people would actually watch it, because it was kind of surprising that some of the characters actually coming back, because they never did that before. No one actually comes back in Elite after quitting it, But I can only imagine if they got Carla or Rebecca or whoever, come back. This season would have been probably one of the most interesting. So, my conclusion after all the words, and yesterday I only put 4 episodes, like from episode 1 to episode 4, and today we kind of we broke down more episodes, and I guess that this season is probably even better than season 5 or season 6. It's kind of the same as season 7, as the last season, but it could be even better than OG season, like season 4. Season 4 was not perfect. There was a murdering of Polo, and I guess that this season could be potentially like my favorite, but it's not my favorite right now, just because a lot of things that actually spoils my experience. A lot of things that could be just not exist in this TV show, in this season particularly. And when I just scrolling all the things, when I just going through all the parts, the only thing that I actually that that is actually catching my attention, like I guess like this couple or something, like with this character, this girl specifically, because their characters, hers and her brothers, they were one of the most interesting, probably. So this is the only that is really catching my attention, like her and her brother, this dude. But after that, I cannot remember a single thing, like, because any other part, like even this part, it's not actually that, like, it's not actually something that I would, like, that I would actually remember after like a week. But I would probably still remember this guy because he did a lot of good job with his character, probably. So did his sister. So the only conclusion that I could actually make is that those two new characters, this Hector and his sister, this girl, they actually deserve the separate project, alumni, whatever you call it. It could be any other title. So I guess Élite probably is trying to pave a way for other projects that are actually based on Élite characters, but this is not Élite. This like separate thing, and it feels like they actually trying to pave that way, in the future, when they can use any of those characters from Élite with the same names, with the same with all the same backgrounds, but they can put them in like totally new projects, how they did with Blood and Water. They put Ivan into Blood and Water African project. They can do the same with any of new characters, with this character or with your brother. But I guess if they do that, actually, if they will put them in the future projects separately from Élite, because Élite is completed already, I guess that would be the best solution, the best probably idea of producers, because it didn't work with Blood and Water, because Blood and Water just not that famous as Élite is, and Blood and Water just not that actually viral or something, because it's just South Africa and nobody knows what South Africa producing, like currently I can only just remember like 1-2 projects from South Africa. So they kind of promoted that project using Élite character, and they can do the same thing with the future projects, and I guess they will do that, because why the hell they would put all the guys in the new school in the episode 8. At the very ending, they all found themselves in a new place, in the new school, and Las Encinas was like shut down. So it seemed like they trying to, like create a new project using the same characters, and I would like to see how it plays out actually. So let's just hope that will happen in near future, next year, I guess. But if it never happens, it could be any other project, that I would like to watch with any of those characters from Elite, actually. So guys, I appreciate you for watching. If you actually just missed the whole thing, we just rated all the scenes from Elite Season 8. And this rating is not any, is not anything but my personal opinion. And I only do that for getting my job easier. Like, I'm basically an editor, and to get my work as an editor more like, organized, I actually have to put everything and prioritize every part of the TV show, and this way I can actually complete the whole thing way faster, and it could actually help me with the future projects, so I could do everything faster and more accurate, So thank you for watching. See you later with new project. I guess next project could be something really interesting if we really get any other good project, I would like to go live and streaming everything. So let's hope that we're getting any new project as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Let's see you later. Goodbye.